everyone. Thank you for coming to the first panel of the thing. Hello, all my amazing speakers.
Thanks for having us.
Yes. You are, well, I mean, I didn't choose you, but if it was up to me, I would have anyway. Hello, room. So I'm going to make an introduction and kind of tell you what we're talking about today. Hello, everyone in the room. I see you all. My name's Nikki Night. I'm a CAM model coach, and I'm also a VX Pages web builder. So I help models design their own custom websites, and obviously I train CAM models. I've been in the industry for like forever, 10 years maybe, if forever in a day it feels like. And so that's who I am. And today I'm going to be moderating. And just so you guys know, this is going to be kind of a conversation style. So if you have questions, please put them, save them. I will absolutely get to them, where I'm going to answer all of them at the end. But now I'd like to introduce my beautiful panel. First, let's start with you, Miss Rebecca Love.
Hey, thanks, Nikki. I've been in the industry for over 25 years. I started as a cocktail waitress, stripper, porn star, cam model. I just snowballed from there. I am now a podcaster for over 7 years, and I love technology, so I'm also a gamer. And I co-founded Adult Film Star Network, which is a sexuality podcast to teach people what I know in the industry and find experts to teach too. What else can I tell you? I run Karaoke XXX in Las Vegas, where once a month we unite everybody from porn stars to cam models to any walks of life in the adult industry, and we get together once a month to stay united.
I'm going to tell you, I will be there one day. I suck at karaoke, but that's why I love singing it. I love doing it because I'm awful at it. It's just awful.
All right, we'll do a duet because I'm horrible.
Fuck yeah, I'll be your backup dancer. And what about this lovely couple over here, Callum and Cole?
I'm Callum.
I'm Cole.
We joined the industry as webcammers in December 2017. Then sort of started creating
amateur porn in the beginning of 2018.
Still relatively new, and we're still learning all the time. But yeah, that's sort of us.
Awesome, welcome. And actually, can everyone turn off your mics? Because I see here, yeah. Thank you. Miss Katya, introduce yourself and tell everyone about your camming perspective and all your science that you do.
Hello, Nikki. Hello, everyone. First of all, I'm very honored and happy to be on the stage with all you together. My name is Katya Tiuni, and I am a CEO of Models Guide and MG Studio in Prague. I have experience in the cam industry also forever, more than 15 years now. As a model, I started as a model, then a studio owner, but also as a coach and consultant for models and webcam studios. My work is dedicated to empowering women in the webcam industry. So for this, I founded my company Models Guide, which provides a unique training program for cam models, for superstars of tomorrow. And yeah, that's me, and I'm looking forward to our discussion today.
Thank you. Well, yeah, everyone pay attention. She's got amazing advice. And then my partner in crime over here, Miss Allie Awesome, her and I also do Awesome Nights, where we do a holiday show every year. You guys should come. It's holiday Christmas party, cam model Christmas party, but it's for all creators. So this is my Allie. Take it away, girl.
Thank you, Nikki. I am Allie Awesome. I have been in the industry, I came and went through. I started as a stripper like forever ago. Awesome. And oh my God, I was the worst stripper ever. And then I got into camming because I don't like people touching me. That was a problem. So I started camming 5.5 years ago, and I absolutely love it. I'm currently on ePlay, which is an amazing platform, just to do a little plug. But I also make content.
Well, welcome everyone. So now we're going to get into some questions. I had some tax questions, and I think I'll even still ask them, but those were for Miss Daisy, but that's okay. So I'm actually going to share my screen now. And there we go. So can you guys all see my screen? Yes, no? Can you see my screen at all? Yeah, okay, good, okay, good. Okay, just checking, because I can't see you guys in this very moment. So for right now, let's actually start with our couple, because couple camming is definitely different, and I feel like we don't focus on couples enough. So starting with Callum and Cole, what advice do you have for new models?
I would start off with just being yourself. That's what we did when we entered the industry. We actually only entered it for a bit of fun. We didn't even realize the industry was as big as it is. So yeah, I would say start off just being yourself.
And something I would say now from hindsight that we never knew at the start was to treat it from the start like a business. Because we only done it for having fun, we necessarily didn't look into all the other sides of it, the financial side, how to properly, just how to do it and how to treat it properly. So maybe look at it as, from that perspective, as you're starting a business, the first time you turn your webcam on, put yourself out there.
That is excellent advice. That is absolutely excellent advice, and I couldn't agree more with you. Now, to keep with the theme of models who are still performing and not us coaches over here, Allie Awesome, what advice would you have for new cam models?
I mean, I'm like, those were my answers. Thanks, Callum Cole. I mean, yeah, I'm just going to piggyback on that because when I started, I actually was not myself. I was trying to be everybody else. I was trying to, be a dom. And like, I can dom, but I'm like, that's not who I am. Like, that is not who I am. That is not, actually last year in the YNOT panel with you and Katya, it was, you guys talked about the archetypes, and kind of finding your niche and like who you are and being that. And I was like, that is the best idea or the best advice, because like the second I started being myself and being true to Allie Awesome and started having fun, I will tell you, I remember exactly. I was just fucking around having a great time, and I put a dildo on my head. I stuck it on my head. And I was like, the dildo cord. And like the room was loving it, tipping me like crazy. And I had this huge like red spot. I don't recommend doing this. I had a red spot on my head for a week. And my mom's like, what happened? I'm like, I hit my head. But I was like, this is who I am. The next morning, I woke up and I was like so exhilarated because I was like, this is so much, like, this is me. Like, I expressed who I am. And I was like, boom, that's it. That's who I am. I am the dildo corn. I'm just going to get out here, have fun, fuck around. And my audience responds to that. And then I like landed my biggest customer like a couple days later because I was doing that. The other thing, again, to piggyback off of Callum and Cole, please, like, it is so important to treat this like a business. Every time I don't treat this like a business, that's when I just screw myself over and I regret it. So when I act like a professional, when I, invest in my equipment and the services that I use in coaching and CPAs and lawyers, when I treat this like a business, it's like, I don't know, the universe responds to that. And it's just, I'm better set up for success.
Excellent advice. Now I'm going to send it to you, Miss Katya.
It's hard to reply because I was going to say the same what the previous speaker said, but I will say again, really take this job as a serious business, as your own business. Model is an entrepreneur and needs to have not only a pretty appearance, but also there's so much work behind the scene, such as business organization, marketing, sales, creating ideas for content, then styling and makeup, then creating and editing content. There really is so much work. When you start in the beginning, you can combine and do everything for yourself, but more your business grow, more you should delegate things and hire some assistant or social media manager, and so on, so on. Modeling is a business, and you need to be ready that in the beginning it might be low income, and maybe sometimes model their costs are higher than earnings, but it's normal. You just need consistency and continue with what you are doing, and then your earnings will grow. Definitely grow. Just if you're consistent, it will grow. And another advice, get financial education. It is possible to earn really big money as a cam model, but becoming rich, you not only need earning money, but being able to save and invest. So think about your future, set goals, and go for it.
Excellent advice. That's all absolutely excellent advice. And like what you said about hiring someone, I cannot tell you, there's no person, there's no employee, there's no whomever on earth like a cam model that will have as many social platforms, like you have so many, and there's no way a normal person can handle all that, especially as it gets going. Delegate, hire people, you can make so much more money, and it's just nice that way. So I agree. And now, last but not least, Miss Rebecca Love, what would you say to new cam models? What advice would you give?
If you're a new cam model, since everybody had great statements and I love those answers, I'm going to go with technology. Have the high speed available, the better quality streaming, better quality camera. I use CamLink and I use my old video camera because webcams, they're not as great. So I use CamLink, hook it up to my old video camera that was sitting collecting dust, which it's so much better. And don't forget about the audio because that's more intimate than the actual video. So invest eventually when you get up the funds in a good mic. You know, don't forget about those little things because you're competing with a vast world now. When I got online, it was 25 frames per minute and you didn't have to worry about all that stuff. But now you're competing with so many models. You want to stand above and go to the next level.
That's an excellent tip that you just said about audio. Even when I switched to a headset, I can't not use a headset now. And even in coaching, I just noticed that people would pay attention to me more. They were more in tune. They were more engaged. So audio is something you should definitely think about. And it doesn't even have to be a headset. She's right. There's many mics you can get, even little USB mics. They're called shotgun mics. Those are ones that sit over there and then they hear over here. The shotgun mics, the lav mic sits on your coat.
You know what's
huge
thing.
If
you don't have the funds to start off, start a wish list. Start a wish list because your fans are going to want to buy you that equipment. All my equipment is from my wish list. And they love gifting you those.
Yeah, they do, especially when they get to see you use it.
Yeah.
I hope everyone was paying attention. All of these things are absolutely true. And my biggest advice for anyone who's new or anyone who's been around for a while, you need to record your own show. You need to record yourself and you need to watch it. And I mean like the whole thing. Because if you, like me, like Allie, like all of us, we all pretend to be something or we try and be someone else at the beginning because we haven't been empowered by knowing that, yes, it is us that is hot, not this pretend person. So record your cam shows and watch it. If you want money, you have to see what your tippers see so then you can expand on what you're doing. Otherwise.
Also, I want to add to that, recording your cam shows, you might get some great content out of there. Have a nice 3-minute reel you can stick on one of your other platforms.
Probably not the first one because you'd be like, oh my God, this is weird. But after that, you get so vain. You're like, yeah, Damn, I'm
Yeah.
sexy.
Or you can
Yes.
compare yourself like a couple years down the road going, look at this, Throwback Thursday.
Excellent advice. Excellent advice. I just noticed that my concealer hasn't been blended in at all. So there you go. Now I don't look as insane. So let's go to the next question. So I'm going to share my screen again, and we're going to go to my cool slides. Ooh. The next one is, how can a new model find viewers, clients? What's the best way for a new model to get out there and get viewers? What would you say if you were new? Like, how would you suggest them to, attract some attention to themselves?
So like maybe trying something new, something that you've not done before. If it's something you're comfortable with, experiment like different niches possibly. Yeah, I think that's a good one. You can attract different groups of fans, and they talk to each other. The fans,
Yes, they do.
your supporters, they talk to each other. So if there's something that they like, they'll not be slow on communicating that to somebody else. And yes, that's what I think.
And
That's a good one.
also, when we first started, we also had people like found Twitter pages that would post like when you were going online and things like that. And I think that helped us a lot in the beginning because it was reaching other audiences also.
Very good. Katya?
When you're a new model and you start on a camp platform, usually camp platform gives you a promo period. And it's very important to use this promo period as much as possible and being online as much as possible for that period of time, because in that period, traffic generates a special, the website generates traffic for you. And when you're new, nobody knows you. And you also don't know what you are capable of. You even don't know about some fetishes they exist. Like, for example, when I started, I didn't know anything. I just started and I tried everything. I tried everything and find what I like and what my customers like. And then you need to find your niche, to define your niche. And when I started 15 years ago, it was okay to work as a model and do everything a little bit. But now competition is so high, so the only one solution is go into narrow niche. Niche is a tight segment of market for particular things, for particular product. For example, you might find out that members who attracted to you, they like your muscular body if you're doing fitness, and or there are a lot of requests for flexing your biceps. And this is how you find your niche. And if you like it, if you're okay with this and you have customers, then you should push in this and develop yourself in this niche, market yourself around this niche, create content about around this niche. And for example, if we go to the fitness, fitness is a wide niche. It's a segment. There are a lot of a market for this, a lot of offer, a lot of customers, but more narrow niche, such as flexing biceps, can really make you unique and attractive, and you satisfy all these clients in this niche if you create quality content, especially for this niche. And you actually don't care anymore about competition and so on.
I think those are great answers. You touched on something that's really important, doing stuff that you love. Don't worry about trying to pander or cater to or make everyone happy in a room when you don't even know who the hell they are. Like, do you think it is reasonable to believe that if you went to, say, a house party, if you just put your phone on and the song that you played, everyone is going to love it? Is that a reasonable thing to expect? No, it isn't. So how could you then move that to a room where you don't know anyone, you can't see them, you don't know their tastes, right? It's about pleasing yourself. If you are not having fun, nobody's having fun. If you are bored, everyone is bored of watching you. It's just the truth. It doesn't matter what you do. It's that people see you, how much fun you're having, and see that you're enjoying it. Is really what camming's all about. Is people want to see weird stuff too. Like, and don't think that you have to not do weird stuff, or think that you have to like try and be what we did, like be everyone else, because it's just common that's going to happen. But also don't forget that people on the internet are coming here to explore and find something new. So it's really important to be yourself, because you might be cutting your earnings in half if you're not doing something that you're into. You could have potentially a lot of fans out there making a lot of money, but if you cut it off because you're like, oh, my guys won't like that, or my girls won't like that, or whomever. No, if you like it, they like watching you, and they like seeing sexuality through your eyes. So don't be afraid. The internet has promised us cool, weird shit. Give it to them. What do you think, Miss Allie Awesome?
I agree with Katya. It's very important during that that period, like when you have that new model status, to be extremely active and engage. Like that window is so crucial. Like, take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
Every site is a different amount of time, and if it's like the amount of hours, or if it's like a week, like if it's a week and it's like a matter of days, you want to, just make sure you are online as much as possible, because you are casting as wide of a net as you can. And I know it's kind of controversial to say, like, I'm going to rely on the site's traffic. Because like, we can also talk about driving your own traffic, but I think, we're paying these platforms a lot of money for their traffic. Like, that's one of their uses. So I think it's so important to utilize that traffic. Now, something I have learned is the importance of having your thumbnail, because like, you have all of this traffic looking at a page, and it's you have all of these potential customers who are like looking at the new model page, or like whatever that home page is, and you really want to catch their eye, because that's what's going to make them click on your room. So I think it's important to have lighting. Like, you don't have to invest a lot, but you can have like those little string lights. Like, that was really popular when I was new, and people were like, wow, your thumbnail looks great. So having decent lighting, that in a good, as Rebecca was saying with the equipment, like making your thumbnail look nice, and also looking yourself like, maybe brush your hair, or like,
don't you dare tell me what to do. Don't you dare tell me what to do with my body, okay? No.
Person ever. I am the laziest person you have ever met. And I was like, but I will put on just like a little bit, like, maybe that's not your thing. I like, whatever your niche is, that's fine, whatever. But for me, I'm like, I will at least put a little foundation on, because otherwise I'm like, ugh, and I'm like not looking as, I don't feel as confident as like I want to.
Yeah, you have to feel sexy.
Yeah, and also I think it's important. I mean, the things that have really worked for me, Reddit. As far as like finding your own traffic, Reddit, getting super involved in Reddit and subreddits and things like that. But then also Discord has been really good to me, because being active on people's servers, people like, oh, like, okay, so she's she does camming, or she, and then people starting like, I'm not here for quantity. I'm here for quality. Like, I want to build relationships with whales. So the way that I have actually done that mainly is through Discord.
Sorry, I'm answering in the chat. I'm going to just say it out loud. Mistress Gina, if you've not gotten used to it, save that any nerves that you guys feel, save them for as long as you can. Be nervous on cam for as long as you can. And also listen to everything that Allie just said and everyone else. Because it's so endearing and not intimidating. Like when, you know, when someone gets up to make a speech at a wedding and they just suck, and they suck like real bad, and they're like, ooh, and no one gets mad at that person. Everyone's like, oh, because we all know what it's like to be nervous, right? We've all been there. So it's endearing and sweet, and it's also very vulnerable. So that's why if you're nervous, fucking go with it. It is a gold mine in and of itself.
Yes,
Rebecca, sorry, Allie.
I was just gonna, I am extremely nervous. I have anxiety, like diagnosed anxiety, but you know, like being honest about it and being like, oh, I'm nervous, you know, and it is endearing. And then what happens is your audience is rooting for you. And then they're on your side and they're like, yeah, good job. And then as you like get more comfortable, they're like, oh, you have like really grown and blossomed. And so being like authentic and real about whatever is true in that moment is great.
I think that's fantastic advice. And I even like how you said that. And now, Miss Rebecca Love, what do you think? What's a great way for new models to get traffic?
Well, I agree with Allie about the cam model boost. Use that to your advantage. You probably have a week or two to pound the pavement, pound yourself. While you're doing that, get some cute little pics. There's some little videos, but go get your .com first so nobody steals that from you. And make sure that name's not already taken. Do your research, because let it sit on the freaking domain thing until you're ready to like know that they will come. Which they can go through you, right, Nikki Night? You have some kind of platform?
We don't. Well, we build websites. We don't host domains, but thank you for throwing it to me.
Domains, but you actually have page builders where they can build their own site once they're ready.
100% we do. Yes, we're like Wix for hose.
There you go, Wix for hose.
That's what we are. We're like Wix for hose. It's made for adult, but I fully agree with your URL. Go Mojo. So Mojo Host, is MOJO Host, is an adult company, and you can buy your domain from there. It's cheaper. It ends up being literally, guys, like $12 a year. I own my entire family's URL, their domains. Sorry, I own every single one of my family's domains. I have made joke sites to make fun of all of my siblings, and it is great because they can't take it down. So it is amazing. I made one about my best friend, about how she eats hot dogs all the time. She doesn't, but I just made a site about that. So get these things. They're very powerful. And this also helps you with taking other content down, because once you own that domain, you become almost like verified, if you will. So buy your domain, even if you do nothing with it, just still have it.
Yeah. And then once you do that, go over to social media.
Yeah.
Sign up for every social media.
Same.
I don't care if you use it or not, sign up for it, because somebody will take your shit and make money off you, and you don't want that to happen. So do that. Also, you know what? Take that .com while you're not using it and put a freaking email list on there and start collecting email addresses, because they're very valuable.
Girl, you are speaking my language right now. Absolutely. So say that you get deleted off of Instagram.
Yeah.
You could just email everyone and be like, yo, bitches, I'm over here now.
I'm like Allie. I started a Discord, and if something gets dropped, I will let everybody know on my platform, and Discord is my first people that I will announce it to, going, oh, no, it got taken down. Here's the new one. And it's a great community in Discord. What else can I tell you? Oh, if you have a friend that's cam modeling, and you sign up under their referral link and they get a kickback, they'll help you advertise and boost you while you're camming and stuff. Of course, you're
true.
Yeah, you're going to get your affiliate link and you'll start using that. But in the beginning, you might want to help a friend out for helping you, so you can return the favor. And the last but not least, I know this is old school, but when Allie said Reddit, I was also thinking forums. I know forums are 2005, but they're still out there and active.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Nice.
Okay, so Callum, did you guys have anything? Oh, you already said this. Yes. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Next question. I didn't realize you guys have to see all the every single thing that's on here, so sorry you have to see the entire thing. There you go. How do you set yourself apart in a sea of cam models? So let's start with Rebecca, because I feel like I'm always asking you last, and that's just shitty of me.
Now I feel like I'm taking more. Here we go. How do I set myself? Well, when I was in my 20s, it was super easy and I could just be sexy. And I didn't compete with a lot of people 20 years ago. Now I just exaggerate my silliness. I love to play games. I love to have funny comments. I practice my comedy in there because it's live and I can build on my wittiness. And I take those clips and I reuse them, or I put like a memes together and stuff, and I just have fun with it. I'm 45 years old, man. I can't look pretty forever, so my personality is the only thing that's going to stick. And I build up those customers, and they follow me for a long time. Well, I've built them up over the years, but I get new ones too. And now with the whole Mrs. Robinson and Stifler's mom, and oh my gosh, I get the
You are dating yourself.
Am I dating myself with Mrs. Robinson?
With Stifler's mom, even. God, but that's an old ass movie now, girl. But still, I totally hear what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah. So I use that to my advantage, and I take those young ones under my wings, and I have fun with them. Don't get me wrong. I like my wrinkle ball older men. I mean, that's just my thing. That's my thing. But I will play with the 20, 30-year-olds because they adore me, you know, and I teach them new tricks.
Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
Thank you. But I have fun, and I'm very silly. And if noises happen on camera, I own up to them.
Laugh. Just laugh.
Yeah. So
I've farted during an orgasm like a ton of times.
And I would use that clip. Going. I
actually wish I recorded it because I'm straight up
right?
That laughter fit. Yes. I wish I had it. I would send it to you if I had it.
Oh my God, I would love to view that.
Callum and Cole, what do you guys think? And especially, like, I want to say particularly as you guys are males, you're obviously in the gay category and you're a couple. So I find, like, guys, for all the men in the room, I find that your attack is a little bit different. One thing for me that I'm actually going to ask you, Callum and Cole, let me know if you agree with this. But I found that a lot of male cam models, the biggest hindrance behind it, especially if you're on a site that has like lots of exhibitionists where guys are just like showing their dicks and whatever, is fill out your cam window. A lot of times guys, especially solo, they won't really fill out a lot. And I find specifically for male cameras, you really have to show that you're a performer or people just think that you're just a pervert with your dick out. Right? So it's... Yeah.
Do
you agree?
I would agree. Like, we kind of like show the background, the bed, and like the side units and things like that, rather than just a close up of just your dick. Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think what like sets us apart is that we're a couple, and when we started camming, we had just recently got together as a couple. So I think our viewers have seen our relationship like grow, and people who join continue to see our relationship grow. So I think that's what people enjoy about us, is seeing how
they've sort of watched our relationship develop on camera, as opposed to already knowing everything about each other and sexually already knowing everything about each other. But what you said earlier on about showing your nerves and being authentic with that, I 100% agree with that. And I think we were very active when we first started online. But for like the first week or so, we had our microphone on mute because we were too scared to let anybody hear that. And people kept asking, when are you going to turn your sound on? But we'll let people know that we're just not ready for it sort of yet. And there was sort of a build up there before we turned it off. We didn't want anyone to know we were Scottish, etc. So Showing that side of us really helped. And then when we did put the microphone, like we said earlier on, when they see you become more confident, it was like it was a rewarding feeling for us because we felt it back from them.
And also, like, when we're on cam, we don't portray that we're like this perfect couple. Like, we'll talk about like problems or even like have an issue on cam, and we won't try to hide it. Like
Drama.
so yeah, we let our viewers see that we're actually a real couple, and I think that's what sets us apart from other people.
That's excellent. Allie, what would you do to set you apart from, like, what do you do that sets you, or how can new models, what's something that they can do to set them apart from other people?
This kind of goes back to what we've been saying about, you know, being real and like authentic, because like I get on when I look at, you know, Chatterbait or a lot of these different sites where I'm like the front page is people who don't look like me. I'm a little bit older. I have no boobs, like, and I just like compare myself and I'm like, oh man. But then it was like, well, what do I bring to the table? And I got really kind of clear on that. And it's similar to what Rebecca was talking about, is that it's, you know, like it's my person. I'm funny. I can be, or even if I'm not funny, if I don't have good like jokes,
dad jokes. That is my brand. I've made it my brand. I just like look up dad jokes ahead of time. I just have so much for dad jokes and laughing and like people fucking love that. Or then I had like you could tip me for like a potentially awkward wink, because I'm like, I know I'm going to be like goofy, like I'm not sexy. I do not ooze sensuality, but I ooze awkwardness, and people think that's cute and funny. It's endearing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I
let you in. Oh, there you go.
That I'd say that is my
okay, good, you're back.
That's kind of how and also I talk about real stuff as well. Like I talk about self-help kind of stuff because I'm really into self-help. Mm-hmm. I also talk about stuff that is interesting to me. And so I talk about stocks and investments and like business kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But so I'm not, I've heard a saying of like, you can't finger blast your way to success. And that really rang true for me. Because I was like, I can't. My vagina at a certain point is like, I'm done. Like it hurts. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I could masturbate for a long time, but like at a certain point, I'm like, woo. So I gotta like be brutal.
This bitch is smoking.
Table. And you know, so I just get on. I have fun. I fuck off, and that's what I do. I'm just goofy.
But I fully agree with you, though. I fully agree. Those are excellent things to set you apart. It's part of finding your niche, and also a huge part of doing things that make you happy. Do things that you get excited about, right? Yeah, I think that's excellent. And I love your dad jokes and also your oozing of awkwardness. Now, this next question I'm going to ask Katya first. I'm going to share my screen. Boom, boom. How do you say, sorry, duh, we just did that one. No.
I didn't answer this one.
This one. Oh, because I feel like you're going to have a really great answer for this one. How can new models create a supportive and loyal fan base? That's the one I want to ask you first.
Okay, so what we talked about, getting your niche, brand yourself, but this is like a first step. The second step, where all models fail, is to be there for your fans and spend present time online, on social media, talking with your fans. online hours, lots of hours online streaming, and just be there, because fans, they can love you, but they also have their own schedule, and if they come online on the website and they don't see you, they just go to another model and create a supportive, loyal fan base. It all depends. First, you need to be there for them, and then they will be there for you. And for new models, that would be advice, like first 3 months, 4 months, really go deep with hours online, more than usually. More you invest, because online time, it's your marketing, it's your free product which advertise your paid product, private chats or tip menus and so on. So just be there for your fans, and they will support you.
I fully agree with that too, because you never know. I would always think, like, a whale is just 5 minutes away. Like, the best night of your life, like, a whale is right around the corner. Someone could come in your room in 1 minute and it could turn your whole night around. You don't know. So it's good to not be like, this sucks, I'm out of here. But what she said about it's your free product, it's your free marketing for your paid product, this is also absolutely true. And just being there, because if that also builds trust, something I like to call tipper trust. So when viewers or customers come onto a campsite or wherever, if they see you consistently or they see you all the time, just, I guess the law of not averages, but it'll eventually happen that they will check you out, because don't forget, viewers don't want to be frauded just like us. They don't want to be made fun of. They don't want to get scammed. They don't want their money taken. They work really hard for their money too. They have an asshole boss. They have to deal with shit all the time too. Like, we're the same. We're exactly the same. So when you show up and you show consistency, you are subconsciously developing tipper trust with people, and they'll be more likely to and more happy to give their money to you because they know they're going to find you again. Invite people back to your room. But a point I wanted to say, just to jump off of what Katya said, is I also like to think of camming, especially like the freemium platforms, a little bit different when you're doing like the premium, the pay per minute thing, but more on freemium platforms. I like to think of it as almost like the radio. You can turn on the radio right now and hear the richest, most famous people on earth, and you don't have to pay for the radio. The radio is free. But why does that matter? Because you're going to go to their concert, you're going to buy their perfume, you're going to buy their album, you're going to buy this, you're probably going to go to their parties, you're going to do whatever. So the same thing is exactly true for you. You're an entertainer, so you're all secretly Beyonce. So I absolutely agree with that point. And consistency is key. Rebecca. Do you want me to put the question back up again?
No, I got it. I would say, to keep your loyal fans and stuff, I actually, depending on what campsite I'm using, I will take notes, and I will remember certain things, what they like. Maybe they gave me a little tidbit somewhere. And when I know those things, they don't know how I know those things, but I will just bring that up in conversation, and it'll make them feel all warm and fuzzy.
Yep.
I also don't treat them like cash cows, but I will treat them like a human, and I will give shout outs, and I'll be like, hey, you haven't been in my room forever. Where have you been, mister? Did you get married? Like, I'll have fun with it. And if they don't have notes or anything, you can keep an Excel. You have notes on your iPhone. I have no idea what it is for the other things that you can use. But just having that little extra goes a long way. And I also treat the people that can't afford my services right now with the same respect, because maybe one day they might have money and they'll spend it on me. And that's what happened during 2020 with the stimulus checks. They're like, oh my God, I have money now. I want to order this, or I want to have a live show with you. So you never know what your future customer will be. And again, just like a stripper, you never know. It only takes that one person to walk into your room and frickin' make it rain.
Yeah. You never know when Daddy Fat Sacks is going to come in.
and save the day.
Just give it to me, baby. Yes.
Get it.
What about you, Callum and Cole? I think you guys actually already kind of answered this one with how you guys are so natural on cam and how this really, like your fan base, just from the way that you described it before, it seems like your fan base is really supportive because you were yourselves and even would have your drama fights on cam.
Yeah, and also we do like just short like Instagram lives and lives on OnlyFans and whatever, just like when we're out with the dog or whatever, just doing anything. It gives them an insight into our lives as well.
Yeah.
And I think they enjoy that.
Now, what about, this isn't, I don't have a written up question for this, but I actually, if anyone in the chat, if you guys have your questions or if you have a question, please get them ready. I'm going to be asking you guys. But just for this, just because this popped into my head, what are some tips that you can give models on boundaries? And I don't mean boundaries as in sexual boundaries. I mean time boundaries. Like, when are you answering messages? When can they message you all the time? If you're on whatever, what are some, do you have any tips or anything like that for setting expectations? Because in my experience, the best thing to do on any of your bios or profiles, like if you have Snapchat, if you have whatever, I don't message back, or I answer from this time to this time. Don't be afraid to set expectations, or else you will work yourself to death and it'll be over for you and it won't have any fun. No? Yeah.
So I do time management.
Amazing.
In the morning, I'll do a certain platform, and at night I'll do it before I go to bed. When it comes to camming, I am horrible about the messages in camming. I am not good at checking the camming messages, but when it comes to my email, I will do that. Oh gosh, I'm horrible at my email too. But I'm really good at time management when it comes to certain platforms, because I schedule different times to answer, and they pretty much know when I'm going to come on and answer. So now they don't send me messages as frequently. They wait until I'm on there, and they kind of got my schedule down.
That's nice.
I also wanted to say, and this goes back to a question that you asked before, how to drum up more clientele. And one of my favorite things to do is go on IG Live. I used to go on Twitter Live, or you can go on Facebook Live, and keep it PG-13. But you can drum up a lot of business just doing
getting ready for your show.
Yeah. Yeah. So
as long as you're not nude, you can totally do that. I started to interrupt you before I forget. There was this one model, Sammy Strips, and I thought this was just genius. She actually would have her, cam on, like she would go live, and she would actually have it like, would she have it on her lower half? I think she had it on her lower half, or like on her legs, but she would just let it, like, people see her from her legs down. She's talking. They know what's going on, but they can't actually see it. She said she got such crazy conversions from that, like people coming over from Twitter. Twitter, remember, actually, this doesn't exist anymore. What was it called? Periscope? Yeah, she periscoped it. It's that kind of stuff. So even things like that, fully, I think that's a very cool way. I mean, not really setting boundaries, but an excellent, excellent suggestion to do. So now that I just asked that wild card question, I'm going to go to the Q&As. I got Q's, we got A's from the people in the audience. So first I'm going to ask, this is from Emmy Torks. I love you, BB. How do you quickly identify time wasters, and what's the best way to cut them loose? Allie.
Question. Because I do not fuck around with time wasters. I've been like, this is something I kind of started. I learned quick early on by listening to other people on Twitter and on the forums. I'm like, I just stopped talking. Like, bye. Like, I am not polite because they're wasting our time. Like, time.
They're not being polite.
Yeah, they're not being polite. So I was like, okay, bye. I don't even usually, I just delete. I don't even say bye. Like, I'm like, you just be gone. And if they are, when I was like a newbie, it was like, oh, well, what if it could,
yeah,
like, maybe it could, oh my God, like, what if this,
you don't want to hurt someone's feelings.
Like, once you've been doing this, like, I don't know, a few months, you could like sniff it out. It's just like, Bye. So
Can I see your shoes? Do you have any heels? Can you try them on for me?
Right. If somebody's asking you to do something without, or even if they're just talking, like, I'm sorry, I do not have the energy to just sit here and chat with random fucking men on the internet. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not nice. I'm sorry. I want to use that energy to, like,
Bang the shit out of you.
give my best to the people who are going to pay me, and that's how you get whales. So, like, fuck the time wasters.
Yeah, that's very true. We're going to go on to the next question because I want to get all these answered before we go. Katya, how do you give your fans an insight into your life without putting your privacy at risk? Actually, let's do Callum and Cole because they just talked about walking a dog on there.
Yeah, so I think maybe you need to obviously decide what your boundaries are and what you're comfortable showing. That could change over time. You might want to eventually show more, but don't show too much maybe in the beginning because you can't take that back. And yeah, that's probably a key answer to that. And
don't add them to Facebook.
Yeah,
no,
100%. Don't add them to like your
anything.
personal accounts or anything like that. And yeah,
they're not your friends.
Do not give your address out.
I should hope not. Let's see. Private shows versus tip shows when it comes to how platforms work, how to choose. My personal advice with this one would be you're going to be able to feel that right off the bat. Like, if you are comfortable with getting naked, and if you are an exhibitionist and you're like, woo, I'm totally fine with being naked just for free, kind of a little bit, then go for it. If you're comfortable with it, yes. But if deep down you really feel like I do not feel right about getting naked, removing or showing anything until I get that money, then that's the platform for you. I tried pay-per-minute, like premium platforms. I was a nightmare. I was so bored. I couldn't masturbate. I was like, this is fucked. I got in trouble all the time. But freemium, I was like, yes, I can be a moron. So the way to choose is just in your heart, you'll know. Next question, because I think, oh, we lost Katya again. Has anyone here cammed outside of their normal room they cam in? If so, where? Yes, and do it. I've done it from, you can't do this anymore, but I did it from a bar. I've done it outside a bunch of times. I haven't done it in a car. I've done it in a boardroom, a bar bathroom, a toilet stall, and a garage. When I was doing my DIY show, Nikki Gives You a Handy. It was great. What about you guys? Anyone else?
Tried to do it from my phone and doing mobile and stuff, but I always find the connection sucks or I lose it. So
you cannot rotate. Like if you have it on portrait, you got to leave it there. If you try and move it, it's done. Yeah.
Yeah, I just I use OnlyFans every Friday night. I cam and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try to just do it from my phone, and I can't tell you how many times it's dropped or somebody can't get on, and it just frustrated me. So now I feel like I'm just limited to this goddamn camera, and it drives me nuts. So there should be a cam company out there to build the most amazing cam mobile. Just saying.
You know what? I do have something that may help you.
Oh.
So on your phone, you can get, if you have an Android, you can use, what is it called? Droid Cam X.
Okay.
Or
I have an iPhone.
Or you can do Droid Cam OBS, and that's available on iPhone as well. So OBS actually has a phone extension, and it allows you to make your phone a wireless webcam. So as long as you're on the same Wi-Fi, it will stream, and you can walk around your house and just use it as, like, you can do a PIP, have one stable camera, and then one that you're walking around with, whatever you want. So fun tech advice, just go to Google Play Store or Apple Store, whatever, and it is called, I would get Android users, Droid Cam X, or anyone, Droid Cam OBS. It is fantastic.
Thank you. I needed that.
It is cool shit. I wish I did it more. Should you do your own taxes or hire someone to do your taxes? I think, yes, you should hire someone to do your taxes. If the wonderful lady was here, it would be Daisy. I'm going to drop actually her her Twitter in here because this is something very important. So she actually does taxes for sex workers and cam models. She's a former cam model herself, and I'm going to put it in the chat. So this is for all your tax stuff. I would go to her. Now, have you set an end date for when you'll stop camming? Never? Yeah,
No.
that's
Not
Vanessa.
forever.
When the money runs out and I jump on another platform, I don't know.
Yeah. When my arms fall off. Well, I mean, I coach now.
When my dildo wears out.
Wait, I don't know. I have a certain number of in savings that I want to reach, the goal number. Once I hit that, and I can retire and fuck off for the rest of my life. I guess that's when I'll retire.
I feel like I would still come on once a month, just say hi to all my fans and stuff, going, hey, once a month, first Tuesday, whatever the fuck it is, just to, you know, have all my loyal
Keep
fans,
it there.
my friends.
Yeah.
Clown Diva asks, how to work with a partner who has a harder time camming? First of all, Callum and Cole. I'm just kidding. Just you're the only couple that was here. I've had this myself, and it was a nightmare. For those of you who are solo, if you want to do a couple show, make a separate profile. Make a separate profile. Name it different. You can put your pictures on and say, this is my couples, here I'm solo. If you don't, people coming into your room will ask, where's that girl that you were banging like for months? And then someone else is, oh, there's another one. And it's just a nightmare. So first of all, do that. Second of all, I think the best way to do would be think about if you really, really want to cam with them, or just take the lead. Like tell them, you know, we want to make money. These are our goals. And gingerly, if you need to, say, okay, what are you comfortable with doing? What are you comfortable with doing on cam? Or I'm going to do this. Are you more comfortable assisting me doing that? Because one is definitely going to have a more dominant role than the other. So I think just an open conversation and finding out their strengths and then seeing where you can support each other. It's never going to be perfect, but that can happen after time. But if it's real bad, just say, cam with someone else. Anyone else? No?
I think the boundaries thing was important. Like you say, yeah, just set your boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of.
How do you give your fans an insight? Oh, wait, hold it. I think we may have gotten. How do you vet people to hire? I had a social media management company, but they collapsed in drama, and I thought I had done a good job vetting. Okay, so that is a great question. Probably number one, don't hire your friends. Number two, yeah, I wouldn't hire. If you're going to hire another model, make sure that you didn't go on the cam together. Make sure that you're just like there is a division between you in some way. Maybe they've retired, whatever, fine. Oh, thank you. Someone invited me to a meeting. That's fine. But I would, again, just talk to them and ask really great questions. What happens if your company goes down? What happens, you know, if we get into a fight? What are your processes in place for if we have a disagreement? How are things, like, how do we divide the money? Can you show me, like, do you show me records? How do we communicate? And it's just asking those little details are really going to help. And if you need help on what those details are, you can tweet, you can Instagram, I'm sure, you can go on a forum, you can go on Reddit, you can ask your fellow models. You could also message, you can email myself, which is, I think all of us should put our Twitter or email or contact information in the chat right now. So if you want to talk to me, you can always Nikki Night at pages.com. That's my official one. And of course, you can find me on Twitter. I follow all models back. Ask around, and this is the same thing for finding out if you want to try a new cam platform. Ask around, ask your people, ask, look at you, like instant with the link. Okay, I'm going to copy you.
Yeah, that.
With the, right? Like, just so easy. So much better. Paste. Yeah. Quick and Dirty Media, we got you, because you guys were at our Christmas party, which was amazing. So thank you. Addicting Allie, I'm gonna find you.
somebody that I just want to say, yeah, Quick and Dirty is somebody I have vetted and I've worked with who does my editing. So, you know, I just was gonna answer that. Like, you're gonna get burned. We all I've been burned by people that I've hired, like social media, blah blah blah. Like, it just happens. But like, hopefully, you don't put in too much money up front. Like, it's like, okay, cool, but that's kind of, yeah, you're gonna there. But I will at least say that Quick and Dirty is a good one.
Yeah, yes, they are. And I think that's actually the last of the questions that we have. So, yeah, amazing. We got everything done a little bit over time, but thank you so much, all of my amazing guests, my panelists here. You guys are fantastic. The information you gave today could prevent someone from a huge mistake tomorrow. So that's super awesome. I hope everyone enjoys the show. Come and talk to us. All of us, come and say hi. And yeah, thank you so much for YNOT for this panel. And we love you, YNOT.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Hey, Greg.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.